Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early to mid-November 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes into the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Virgo collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me about the lovely Virgos. What's happening in early to mid-November? What are the energies, messages, insights that we can take a little peek at? And yeah, we're going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. Let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the Virgo collective. What's happening? What's the vibe? What is the energy around my good friends here, please? Okay. Deck is acting a little funny here so far, but there it is. Ooh, you have Lady Luck showing up for you. That is always a good sign, because regardless of what shows up within the reading, when this card pops out, I mean, it's a rare one. It doesn't show up often. So I'm always happy to see Lady Luck in a reading, especially here for you this week. So this could be really good. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the November subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit more about Lady Luck. She reminds me a lot of the Wheel of Fortune within the tarot deck. And you see the imagery here. We have that lovely lady. She's in front of a slot machine. There's like poker chips, and there's cards, and there's four-leaf clover, a lot of different symbols of luck. So for a lot of Virgos in this time, you might catch a lucky bounce, a lucky break. Maybe there's something you want to test your luck with when this card shows up. But to me, it's like, okay, the universe will shine something nice upon you. So this could be a really good break for some of you. I think this is awesome. Now, the fact that it is connected to the Wheel of Fortune, in my mind, means it's Jupiter energy. It's very expansive. So for a lot of Virgos in this time, you might see certain things, certain situations start to progress in a much more positive way. The other thing I do say about this card, it is tied into universal karmic energy as well. So we might be already seeing some karmic archetypes show up, which can move very suddenly. They can move very quick. It could represent change as well. So we're going to want to really take a closer look. But I feel for a lot of you, you might want to play the lotto here, because you could catch a nice little lucky break. So that's a good thing. Let's get into tarot. We'll let her chill over there. You got luck on your side coming up, my friends. Awesome. But yeah, I always say the first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. But let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright, and we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Let's see what's up. Hopefully the energy's matching that Lady Luck. Let's see what's happening, please. And yeah, while we get this all shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. Some challenging energies last week. The reading was titled The Big Problem. So for a lot, I hope, you know, problems could come in a lot of different shapes and sizes, right? It could be work things, it could be personal relationship things. Just keep your head on the swivel over the coming days and weeks, because sometimes energies could bleed over. But to me, it did feel like something that should be addressed sooner rather than later. But let's see what shows up for you this week. I mean, as you know, every reading is just about the reader's interpretation, and I'm giving you mine. Let's get it going here. Energy is super fluid and never set in stone. Let's get it going. What have we got? 3 cards here for my beautiful Virgo friends. What is happening? Thank you. Okay, High Priestess. So a card that could represent a little bit of mystery. That's another common theme you've been getting for a few weeks now. But I do feel like she could be a complementary energy for the Virgo collective, because it's very watery. You're a powerful earth sign, so these energies usually blend well. 3 of Wands, manifesting. Something nice could be coming in. I don't want to get too overly excited just yet. Let's get one more. See what's happening. Get the Star. Cool. All right, so this is a very positive energy, long run type of vibe, which is good. Wish fulfillment. So for a lot of you, again, I'm feeling very optimistic. Okay, but we're going to stay cautiously optimistic. You know how readings could go, especially when we start getting intuitive. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the juicy intuitive stuff. At first look, first glance, elementally, I like the mix because we have different elements showing up. We have water, we have fire, we have air. Even though the Star is the water bearer, that's Aquarius, air energy. So this could be different areas of life. It could be different aspects of the same thing. I just feel like it's evenly placed, which is nice. When I see too much of one element, that's when things could get a little bit extreme. But let's just go through piece by piece, because I do feel for the most part all these cards do lean a little more optimistic than they don't. But position number one, we're starting here with the High Priestess. Lovely energy. It's in depth as well. She is the matron of psychics, intuitives, tarot readers. She often shows up when people under the sign that she comes out for could be extra sensitive to energies around them. So just know in this time, if you're an empathetic individual, if you have energetic sensitivity yourself, you could be feeling the energy of those around you, the places, the people, you name it, could be extra heightened. Okay, so if you have like nerves or whatever it might be, it could just be intense energy that you need an outlet for when the High Priestess is here. She could talk about sacred knowledge, knowing. So for some of you, you might be searching for information of some kind when she shows up. But a big thing with her, and it could be seen as a downside, is she is a card of secrecy. She's a card of the unknown, the unexpected. Notice she is between those two pillars. She's holding that sacred knowledge, but she's not saying anything. Now, of course, we link this to all water signs. So for some of you, it could just be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you're connected to. But to me, the High Priestess, yes, she can represent unseen things, unknown things, surprising, unexpected, which I already mentioned in recent weeks. I've been seeing that quite a bit in the Virgo readings. So we're going to want to check back with her and see what's up. This could be good, though, because it is generally a softer, more subtle energy. Now, moving into the middle, we have the Three of Wands, and you see this individual standing on the shoreline looking out to sea. For some of you, you could be waiting on something. Someone could be waiting on you, even when this card is here. It's a big card of manifesting. The thing I love about the Three of Wands is even though this person is not in huge movement, it's like something is just within reach. A result is just within reach. Something's coming towards you. This to me is a card of magnetism, pulling things in. So whether it's results you want or even individuals, when I see this Three of Wands, it's like, oh, it's coming. Something's coming your way. And when we have this High Priestess, we're just going to have to see how everything plays out. Now, when it comes to the challenge of this card, well, let's say one more positive. Just know with this in conjunction with the High Priestess, it could represent being able to create things in your own reality much stronger. Okay, so your power of manifesting and creating and choosing a direction and making the right choices could be huge with this card. But where's the challenge? This person's not moving. So you could be impatient in regards to something or someone, losing patience rather quickly. This could sometimes represent when something has stalled out or something's not moving to your liking. So we'll see when we get to the clarification. Now, moving to the back end, while we get this Three of Wands right back there by the High Priestess, they can hang out for a little bit. We have the Star. This is a very positive card on its face. Now, for a portion of you, you might just be connected to an Aquarius. This is their power card. But when I see the Star, I think of wish fulfillment. I think of hope. I think of optimism, silver lining. So even if you are going through some issues or problems, Spirit could be telling you, okay, Virgo, try to see the silver lining here. Might be hard to imagine, but you could always find one, right? It's all about perspective and mindset when we have the Star card. A challenge, but also a positive of this card is that it's not always immediate results. The Star to me is distance in regards to time. So it could be the big picture of life. We could be talking years down the line. To me, this is a card of things paying off as well. So if there's a situation you've been dealing with for a while or something you've been waiting on for a while, this card could represent like finally getting that result that you want. So this could be a very, very positive card. Again, it could be wish fulfillment, so we could be seeing wins and victories. But where does the challenge come in with the Star? Yes, combined with the Three of Wands, it could represent something you might have to wait a little bit longer for, or something you have been waiting on for quite a while. This card in reverse could represent pessimism. So we're not going to fully walk down that road just yet. I want to dive deeper on all of it, Virgo. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for my Virgo friends? What is happening? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your own base knowledge of tarot. Because like I mentioned earlier, readings are about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that High Priestess. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Virgo, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay. High Priestess, what's going on here? Why is the High Priestess here? Thank you. This is good. This is really good. For some of you, this could be some conversation you weren't expecting to have, but I love this energy so far. So it does feel like the reading, if we were looking at the scales of positive and challenge, I feel like it's definitely starting to tilt towards like some really good positive things coming in. We have the Ace of Pentacles in the upright underneath this High Priestess. For some of you, this could be either one, an unexpected talk or conversation, or even an offer, right? Because look at the imagery of the Ace of Pentacles. It's the universe holding out its hand, offering that pentacle. So again, I feel for a lot of you, yeah, there could be an opportunity or offer that could arise in this time, but you have to meet the universe halfway for it. With the secrecy of the High Priestess and this card, aces can represent talks and conversations. So I guess it really depends on what your focus is right now. For some of you, if we're talking career, this could be big opportunities opening up for you. If you're watching this for more interpersonal things, this could absolutely be an unexpected talk or conversation. Straight up, very simple, straightforward message here. So I like this. Feel excited, get excited about something, because I feel like that's going to attract it to you quicker. That's a very unique message I'm picking up. So when we start combining things we're already seeing, Lady Luck in the beginning, High Priestess, Ace of Pentacles, the Star, it feels like for a lot of Virgos, the energy can really start taking a turn soon. So we're going to just keep moving here. I like it. I like it. That's really nice. And we'll talk about it more during the recap. But yeah, that could be an offer popping up out of nowhere, or a new path, or that talk, like I said, unexpected. But let's see what's up with that Three of Wands. Why is that Three of Wands in the mix? There you are. Okay, we have the Hermit. That's your power card. And this is usually a card of wisdom. For some of you, you can be waiting patiently on something, that's for sure. When I see the Three of Wands and the Hermit, this is an energy that's not really in movement. Now, for a portion of you, and I was picking up a similar thing in the Capricorn reading this week, there could be a situation you're dealing with where right now, the best course of action is to just bide your time, or the best course of action is no action for the moment. And I always say this in life, there's sometimes where we need to act, there's sometimes where we need to have that gusto and chase something down, but then there's also sometimes where we need to withdraw our energy. I don't feel like either of those are the case here. When I see the Three of Wands and the Hermit, your power card, it's just like stillness. Like there right now is a time where you just be still, exist, don't shake up the regular routine, let things develop how they may. Like that's just how this is showing up. Very unique messages you're getting this week, Virgo, and it does tie in well. So when I see this with the manifesting and your power card and all the stuff surrounding it, I feel like in this time you could be very much magnetic, where instead of chasing, you're attracting. And instead of chasing things down, you're pulling them towards you, which is a beautiful way to be. I really think this is fantastic. Now, the Hermit does get a bad reputation in a lot of circles because, yeah, it can be withdrawn. It can be somebody in Hermit mode. So maybe some of you are just in Hermit mode. Cool. Nothing wrong with that. I feel like that's a good place to be for the time being. Like, don't shake anything up too big right now. But the Hermit, remember, is spiritual. It's filled with wisdom. It knows what to do and when to do it. So I like this. And if something is delayed and doesn't feel like it's moving for you, I think it's for a purpose, believe it or not. So we're just going to put the Hermit down right there. Let's see what the Star has. So we're looking good. I mean, even if we get one of the roughest cards in the whole deck right now, that's not going to sink the reading for me, because I feel like the energy is turning in a good way, especially when you're attracting things in. So let's see what's up. What is up with that Star? Then we'll do our quick recap before we get into the shadow. So why is the Star here? Quick. First shuffle, it popped out. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles. So, I mean, across the board this week, the energy is going to improve for you. So if you are in a rough spot, if you're in a frustrating situation, whatever it might be, if you're not feeling like you're in a good place, I would expect energy to start improving in a rather large way for you here. I really love this. This is a huge payoff or a win in the end when we have the Star with the 10 of Pentacles, because this 10 of Pentacles, yeah, it could represent your end game. So big goals. When I see this under the Star, it could be Spirit asking you to look at the big picture, like we were talking about with the Star. Look at the big picture. Look at long-term goals, not just short-term. How will something be down the road? Very important. And when I see this underneath the Star, that is just a massive payoff or win. And we've been seeing similar things. Interestingly enough, we have the first card of the Pentacles suit. We have the last one, aside from the court cards. All the cards in the clarification are earth energy. That is something you're usually very comfortable with. So there's a solid foundation being built for something, which even makes me more excited for your reading this week. And yes, energies do always flow, regardless of the elements that show up. And they do change from time to time, from week to week. But I feel like for a lot of Virgos, there could be a certain situation where a good foundation for the future is being built. So this is really, really nice to me. So I feel like this is a very claimable energy. I would claim it. But let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow. Really lovely stuff. So if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have a dual message here when we have the High Priestess and the Ace of Pentacles. For those of you looking at career things, you might have some sort of unexpected offer or opportunity pop up for you. For those of you watching this for interpersonal things, this could be an unexpected talk, but I feel like the outcome of it is positive. Okay, like even if the talk itself is a little uncomfortable, I feel like the outcome of this talk or conversation is going to have good positive results for you. Moving to the center, we have the Three of Wands with the Hermit, your power card showing up right there in the center. I feel like the best course of action right now is to just hold your ground. Don't chase something down. Don't retreat too far back. Just hold for now. Just let something do what it's going to do. And I also feel this attracting instead of chasing type of energy, which is awesome. So now's a great time to manifest. Moving to the back end, 2 long-term success energies. We have the Star and the Ten of Pentacles. In the long run, there is something you will absolutely achieve. This is a massive payoff energy or a win in the end. So this is really lovely. And within this small little snapshot of a reading, it's like we have a journey where we're at the beginning to the end. Like, so for some of you, there could be like long-term implications with things that are starting right now. So awesome stuff. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows for you. So let's gonna go in here. What do we have in the shadows for the beautiful Virgos? I really like that. I feel like this is a good energy shift because all the earth signs have been having some choppy ones in recent weeks, but let's get it going here. And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. It could be a good thing. Let's get you one. And if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out here for Virgo, please. What's happening? Oh, nope, it didn't quite come out. It almost did. It went back into my hand. Okay, the Knight of Swords. So I feel like this feeds into a lot of the messages we were picking up in this week's reading anyway. The Knight of Swords is one of the fastest moving action cards right now. So even if there is something you're going through where it doesn't feel like much is changing or there's not a lot of stuff moving forward, the Knight of Swords does say the energy is extremely fluid and it's coming in hot. The Knight of Swords could be an air sign you're connected to. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius can be sometimes aggressive. So just knowing this time, maybe there's something that's going to make you feel a little more aggressive than you normally are. But I don't feel like this is necessarily bad. I feel like this is more so spirit saying like, okay, listen, Virgo, something's coming in, something's coming at you. So it's reiterating a lot of the messages we already saw this week. So this is a good sign, especially since we've seen it multiple times. This is good. I would say as a warning when it comes to the Knight of Swords, don't get dragged into any conflict. Don't let any people rile you up or anything like that. I think just like what we saw in the middle, stand your ground. Don't be too offensive. Don't be too defensive. Just let something be for whatever reason. So Virgo, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The November subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar and book one on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the November subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my all-time favorite decks, the Gilded Tarot Royale. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot cards, which one do you feel is the most misunderstood? And if you're new to tarot completely, which one do you have a little trouble with understanding its meaning? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.